Today I want to take you for a ride in a 2019 Camaro LT. And I chose the LT model because we have one here, this Riverside Blue Metallic, that we added the 8-speed automatic to, and we also added the V6. So the reason I want to take this one out is I want to compare it to what was once the best Camaro money could buy, the 2002 Camaro SS. It was a super sport, it had 325 horsepower, and it can do 0 to 60 in 5.2 seconds. Well, here we are in 2019, and in this V6, you have 335 horsepower, and you can do 0 to 60 in 5.1. Now, I personally remember back at that time in 2001, 2002, I was 21, 22 years old, and my dream car would have been that Camaro 35th anniversary, edition convertible or so, with the red paint, the white flag decals. That was awesome. That was the best of the best. And here we are 17 years later, where for $32,335, that's MSRP, you can get an awesome Camaro with performance you would have dreamed of having not that long ago. At the $32,000 mark, this vehicle does have a couple other packages added. We do have the technology package that's going to give you our Chevrolet Infotainment 3, which is an 8-inch diagonal color touchscreen radio, and it upgrades you to Bose premium speakers. The other package we added is what's called the RS package. It gives you a ton of great stuff. 20-inch machined aluminum premium gray wheels. You have HID headlamps with the signature LED light bar. You have LED tail lamps, which have a dark appearance. However, the brightness remains, DOT compliant. There's a unique front grille with black bow ties, both front and rear, and you get the rear lip spoiler on the back trunk lid. Before we take a ride, a couple things to point out. All right, that video production really came to a screeching halt. I was in the middle of videoing, got a text message from the receptionist inside, and I had a customer that was waiting for me. They had a lease that was coming due. They're on the pull-ahead program. Just like that, 1, 2, 3, we had one in stock, showed her the vehicle, worked out some great numbers, and sold a Tahoe. But now, let's go for a ride. All right, let's go. Let's check this thing out. Again, the whole concept of this video is to kind of talk about the performance of this V6 in this LT model, which is essentially the same power of what my dream car would have been back in 2001 or 2. Now, a lot of this, of course, has to do with technology. So you take a V6, it's got direct injection, it's got variable valve timing. You link it up with an 8-speed transmission, which shifts incredibly fast and smooth. And you just got a ton of performance that matches the performance of what a 5.7 liter V8 was, going on 15, 17 years ago. On the bumpy road, as always, handles fantastic. All right, that was weird. Just heard some crazy buzzing. I don't know, it might have been my GoPro. Sorry for the interruption. I thought maybe it was something on the car. Sometimes they have little protective tape slips and stuff like that on parts of the vehicle that end up flapping in the breeze, and then you hear like a buzzing noise. But anyway, back to the test drive. So we're in a V6. This has the stock exhaust. They do have a dual mode exhaust that's optional, but I can tell you what, engine noise and exhaust noise in this car is phenomenal. Sounds great, for a V6, which in my opinion, V8s always sound better, and that, they still do sound better. But this V6 does sound great. You can see there how incredibly fast the transmission shifts. We are in sport mode. You have sport, touring, and snow and ice, and what that does is it'll change different parameters of how the steering feels, the stability sensors, things like that, to give you different feels based on what you want. Right now we're in sport. There's a real nice layout in these cars. A little earlier we talked about the 8-inch radio. It's all touchscreen. This does have the Bose stereo system, so you can really get some good sound out of it. All your climate control settings. Again, you have your bezel or your wheel here to control your fan speed, hot and cold, where you want your air, auto, AC. Well, pretty basic, pretty easy controls. And then I know I talked about this in a previous video, which was also a Camaro. That was a 2017, but you can move your shifter to the left, and now you have a Tiptronic where you can manually upshift and downshift gears. You also have the paddles, which are upshift on the right, downshift on the left. Very convenient and easy to use. What I like about the system and how they have it set up is your paddles, you can use them while you're in, obviously drive. You don't have to do anything other than use the paddles, and as you use them you can upshift, downshift, whatever you want. Once you drive a little bit where you're not using them, it'll go right back into drive, so you don't have to remember to downshift or upshift or anything like that. When you're in the stick, when that's moved over to the left, if you don't upshift, you'll know it, because your engine will be racing and you'll be revving up to 3, 4, or 5,000 RPM until you push up and shift into that next gear. Now, what I want to try to get to happen is this car has what's called performance algorithm shifting. And if you drive the car in an aggressive manner, as if on a track or something like that, it'll automatically put you into that mode. And there it is, performance shift active. It's pretty cool. All you do is put it in drive, hop on a track, start driving, and as you're aggressive on the throttle, it's gonna, again, put you in that performance shifting mode. It's gonna hold gears longer, so you can go to a corner faster while you're on the brake a little bit and keep the RPMs up. This way, as soon as you come out of that corner, you're back on the throttle. Your RPM range is right where it needs to be. Awesome what you could do with some computers. So you don't need to go with a $50,000 Super Sport to have fun in the Camaro. These V6s and even the 4-cylinder turbo are very impressive. Green light means go. I'm gonna get on the throttle a little bit here. Car handles great into turns. Quick 0 to 60. Sounds great. Feels great. If you're in the market for a Camaro, if you're in the market for a Mustang, if you're in the market for any kind of performance car, look at a Camaro. Check one out. Go to your local dealer. If you're in the area of northern New Jersey, by all means, reach out to me. I'd be more than happy to help you out, take you on our test drive so you can kind of feel it out. It handles great. I mean, the steering is super responsive. Any little input you put in, directs you right to where you want to go. When you downshift, I just went to 7th, now I'm in 6th, now I'm in 5th, 4th. What it does is it's gonna RPM match, so it's gonna bring the engine speed to match the transmission gear that you're selecting. So it's a nice smooth downshift. Really incredible. I like it a lot. I don't know, what do you think? Who out there owns a Camaro, and what are your experiences with it? What's like your favorite Camaro story? Please put in the comments down below. Let's have a conversation about it. One of the things you have to get used to when you get in this car for the first time is you sit very low, and your panels, door sills, your dashboard, everything's very high. So it has a real sort of like a chopped or cropped feel to it. They have a pretty low window height. The back window's a little small, so you have limited visibility there. But I tell you what, you get used to it real quick. You just have to use your mirrors a little bit and get used to the size of the vehicle and how much is in front of you. And it's very easy to drive. It's very comfortable to drive. And I tell you, you'll get used to the way, you'll get used to the interior of this car very quick. We are back at the dealership. So we're gonna pull this in, park the car. It's about 6 o'clock, it looks like. Just about to get dark out. The sun is still up because now we are officially in daylight savings time. I appreciate you going on the ride with me, watching the video. If you enjoyed the video, please give me a thumbs up and check out my channel. I have a bunch of stuff on here. I'm gonna keep putting more, and I'm really excited to just put a bunch of stuff together. As of today's date, making this video, I think I'm about 970 subscribers. I'm trying to get to that first milestone, which is 1,000. So if you enjoyed the video, or if it helped you out in any way, or answered a question or something about the car, by all means, please subscribe. That'll help me out, and I would truly appreciate it. Thanks. Have a great night.